Hi, welcome back to another One Chart lesson. Today we're doing the Core by Eric Clapton, a fantastic classic, not 80s, 70s. It's one of Eric Clapton's earlier songs off one of his earlier albums. I'll put the name of it below because it escapes me at the moment. Is it Slowhand? Is it 461 Ocean Boulevard? Look them up. They're great albums, and they're full of just, tasty little guitar riffs like those. Now, this song is basically broken down into two parts. One is the intro riff, which goes underneath the verses and the solos as well. Then the chorus is the chords going from, E to B, D to A, with the riff at the end of it. So those two sections are all you need for this song. Download your chart. It's going to take you through the entire length of the song, even though it's only those two parts. So really, once you get these riffs down, you don't need the chart. Now, I've seen a lot of guys do lessons for this and a lot of people play it live. They don't quite get it right. And I think there's one little tip that is really helpful for making this groovy and getting the rhythm really pumping on this song, because that's kind of what it's all about. Now, you can play it with fingers, you can play it with a pick. Eric Clapton, I think, played it with a pick. But what we're going to do is run through this now. I'm going to show you another way at the end of this lesson, where it's a slightly different way of playing it. It's not the way Eric Clapton plays it, but if you're doing it live by yourself, it's a good way to keep the flow and the energy and everything going in this song just by yourself. So that's at the end of the lesson. Stay tuned. In the meantime, this riff, I'm going to go through it very slowly. Now, the key to getting that sitting right, which a lot of people miss, a lot of people try and put after this little run down from the 5th fret, you pull off to the 4th, then you pull off to the open string. Then this note here, a lot of people try and put in an extra note here, but I think it should be a rest or a percussive sound, which is what I was playing just then. So you go, instead of going, because that sounds kind of awkward, it doesn't sound quite right. When you do this way, it gets those last two notes sitting right in the groove, and it sounds really good, and it makes it actually easier to play. So it's on your chart as a little X. I'm sure you'll have no problem with it. As we go into the chorus, there's two ways to play this as well. There's more than two ways, but the two main ways to play this are using the full bar chords like this: E, E, B, D, D, A. Or you can put your E here as a D shape on this 4th fret here, which I really guess is a D shape on the 2nd fret, but you know what I mean. 4, 5, and 5, 4, 5, and 4 across there, those last 3 strings. Play your E, E, A, like that. The only thing with doing that is that when you go to the A shape, you don't want to hear that top E string. You go, slide down 2 frets and do the exact same thing for your D to A. So it's E, E, B, D, D, A. So it does that like 3 times through, and then it hangs on that D, D, A, D, D, A, D, D, A, then back up to E, E, B, followed by the riff. Now the trick to getting this riff sounding good is hammering there and pulling off there. So between the 2 and the 4 on the A string, they need to be hammers and pull-offs. because that lets those notes kind of skip along and flow really, really well. And then you jump straight up to the G string, 4th fret, down to 2nd, down to 1, and then you play the A chord. Then you do the exact same thing but end on the E chord. And that is the entire song. You get those two parts down, you put them together. The solo section is the riff 22 times. That's a 2-bar riff. It happens 22 times during the first solo section. During the second solo section, they get through it 36 times before the fade out. So do with that what you will, but it's all over that riff. So, you know, if it's done 22 times, that means it's 44 bars long. Now, another way of playing this, I think it's, you know, I did this for a while and it actually felt pretty good playing it this way. But this is my alternative take on it. I'll show you what I'm doing there. You're sliding up from 5 to 7 on the A string with your first finger, because then you're going to fill out an E chord and 2 up strums, followed by a down strum, then an A bar chord. The second time round, come down, do the 5 to the 4 again, but instead of going to the open string, you go to the 5th fret E string. That little percussive beat again. Then you hammer from 5 to 7 on the E string. Puts your first finger on the A string, 5th fret again, ready to go again. I'll play it. If you like that, use it. Don't like it, don't use it. It's just a different way of playing that riff, which I think still feels really groovy and makes it easier to play, especially if you're singing over the top of it. That's it. Thanks for watching. Got any questions? Please get in touch with me. I love to hear from people, and if you reach out to me, I will absolutely respond. Thanks again. See you here again soon.